Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be working up some garden food. I have some salsa, some tomatoes that needs to be made into salsa. I have already crushed up my cucumbers and salted them, and they're ready to be made into relish. I have some zucchini that I'm going to go ahead and shred up and maybe make a zucchini bread, and then the rest will go in the freezer for later on zucchini bread. And then I have a 5-gallon bucket of green beans, white half runners that we have broken and we're getting ready to can. And in the floor here I have 2 5-gallon buckets of corn that I'm going to be taking off the cob and creaming them, putting them in the freezer. Also over here on the table I have some beans drying. So let's get all this done and put away so we can stock our pantry and our cabinets for the winter. Here's my beans drying for shucky beans. I think I've put up almost 2 bushels. I've almost dried 2 bushels so far, so that should do us all year. Plus I had some left over from last year. With my canning, and my preserving, I try to do enough to get us to the next garden year, and just a little bit extra just in case you don't have a good year. So while I'm in between doing all the canning, I'm going ahead, I'm starting on breakfast, getting it over with. So I'm getting ready to make some gravy, and then I've also in this I've got some fresh green beans I had some spiral ham left over, and so we're gonna have that with some pork chops, some new potatoes. And that way I don't have to really stop and get breakfast and dinner done and then just snack for lunch. But that's what I'm working on right now. I'm going to put these up for dinner, and that way I don't have to make any bread. Even though we're having green beans and new potatoes, I may have to make some cornbread. But either way, we'll have that if someone wants biscuits. So I'm saving my bacon grease. I keep this in the fridge, and normally it's full, but I have been using it in my green beans to season them and to make, we've had some late nights working on our garden stuff. And so I've just been making biscuits and gravy. Something easy, something to fill bellies and be done with. So I'm going to have to replenish my bacon stock. So I'm working on the cucumbers to make the sweet pickle relish. Had to think for a minute. And they're draining right now. You cut those up. Then you put 1/4 of canning salt in them, leave them in the refrigerator overnight. Be honest, mine's been in there for about 4 days. I have not had time to do it. So, and then you get them out, let them drain, and then I'll show you the brine. So I'm going to be using the Mrs. Wager's Sweet Pickle Relish Mix. You just put this packet, 1/4 a cup of you use this package, 2.5 cups of distilled vinegar, 2 cups of sugar, and then you let all that come to a boil. And this smells wonderful while it's cooking. We love keeping this on hand for chicken salad, potato salad, macaroni salad, ham salad, all that. I try to do enough to do us at least 1 year. So I'm going to put in 2.5 cups of vinegar. cups of sugar. I'm just going to go ahead and turn my heat on medium-high. I keep a 5-gallon bucket of sugar, but I'm quickly going through it with jams and... Okay, this is what the brine looks like. And so you're supposed to let it come to a boil, and then we'll add the drained cucumbers, and then that has to cook for another 10 minutes. And then we'll put them in the jars. And I think you're supposed to do a 10-minute water bath. But I'll show you. Okay, so now it is at a rolling boil. And I'm going to add the cucumbers. They've been draining. Oh, I might add them. They're being stubborn. And then once you add these in, they're going to cook for another 10 minutes. Get them good and mixed in. Went off, and this is what it looks like. It resembles relish now. And we're going to start filling the jars. I have them over here in a water bath because you want a hot liquid going in hot jars. Make sure there's no bubbles in it. And then I'm gonna start the rim of vinegar. I've got my lids and flats right here in warm water. Oh, these are a little hot. Go. This should be the last bit of our sweet pickle relish because our cucumbers have died. We're getting a few here and there, but we are planting some later ones. I think we got them planted already. They just haven't come up yet. We have had terrible rain. We live in Kentucky. And so our neighboring town is the ones that got flooded. Okay, so now I'm working on salsa. I'm going to get my tomatoes cored. And then I'm going to put them in here for a minute, put them in the cold water and get the skins off, and then I'm going to put them in the food processor. We like our salsa like smooth. We don't like it chunky at all. And then I use Mrs. Wager's for the seasoning. I do add a few little things, but I've got like 3 bowls of these tomatoes to work up, which means 3 rounds of salsa. we'll probably end up with about 15 pints, which I've already did 20 pints. So that should do us for the year. So the tomatoes we get in from now on will be pretty much for pasta sauce and tomato juice for soups. Some of these tomatoes should have been done a few days ago. I'm running behind. I make the mild and the spicy. I like the hot. My husband, on the other hand, likes the mild. He does not like spicy stuff. This happens really quick. Just have to put it in here for a few seconds. Ooh, don't drop them. Sit there a few more minutes. If you hear a dog barking in the background, that's my little Yorkie. She thinks she has to bark at everything that moves. She's a good little watchdog. Okay. And skins just slip right off. Okay, I got one batch done, and I'm working on my second one. Well, if I don't cut my hand off, cut the bad spots out. My kitchen gets so hot when which I've been running the stove and the oven pretty much all morning, so the air cannot keep up. And it's not even really that hot out today. It feels more like fall. Speaking of fall, I'm getting ready to decorate for fall. I am ready. This one's got a bad spot. Well, I always dread tomatoes. I love tomato products, but I just dread the mess. I'm glad when I get it over, but it's like I procrastinate as long as I can. This one had some bad tomatoes in it. We went through a spell where we had no rain to a spell where it's rained every day. So they've got some cracks in them. I'm just going to shred these up and freeze them, and I may make a zucchini bread. There we go. This one got gigantic, but like I said, we have had so much rain, so some things got a little too big. And I ordered this contraption from Amazon, and it saves me so much time, so I'm going to be washing it, and over here I'll be cutting it off. I also ordered this from Amazon, but I wouldn't waste my money. It's really no good. It leaves half the corn on it. To me, it takes twice. You have to have a lot of strength to get it to go through there, and I can't do it. Just try to get it really good and clean. I usually do this outside, but we're having some construction. Right now we're having a door put in, and so it's kind of loud outside. So I figure I'll just get it done in here. It's kind of messy, but it's got to get done. This bowl right here, fill it. So I've already filled 3 bags. On this one. I'm out of quart bags, or I would just put it in quarts. I feel like this is wasteful, but that's all I've got right now. I don't have time to go. The whole time I've been working, putting up my garden food, I've been cooking. So I have corn, green beans with ham and new potatoes, pork chops, and green peppers. I cut up some cucumber, tomato, and then I've got those biscuits. So I'm good on dinner tonight. So as soon as I get the rest of this corn done and clean my kitchen up, then I will be resting. So I really want to get all this done so I don't have to work on Sunday. I really would like to take Sunday off to rest. The little church we go to, they're not having services on Sunday right now, only on Mondays. So I'd like to get all my work done so I can just rest tomorrow. This is so messy. That's why I like doing it outside, but wasn't an option today. So this is the last of the corn for right now. We still have some to pick. I'm going to get all this washed and cut. Okay, so I got basically all of it done except some green beans. I don't have them done yet. But here's what we've got. I've got, let's see, 9 bags of corn. I just left this out to fix for tomorrow for supper. 3 bags of zucchini. I cut it different ways. I sliced this for like if we wanted to fix hibachi or something. Then I did this one for bread. Well, both of them's for bread. One of them's a finer slice than the other. Then I got some canned beans. I did my relish. I ended up with 2, 4, 6, 9 jars of relish. And then I've got 9 jars of salsa. I also have some more beans over here that needs to be canned, but I'm done for the day. I've been working for about 5 hours. I have corn all over me. I do have some tomatoes that I've got ready to do some more salsa, but I'm pretty glad I got all this done today, and it's gonna fill my pantry there with a bag of corn on the floor. But and now I'm just gonna finish up dinner. I'll show you what that looks like. So here's what dinner looks like. I sliced a tomato from the garden, our cucumbers from the garden, our green beans and new potatoes. I put some ham in there. I had some pork chops in the crock pot and they got really tender. Some fresh corn and the biscuits I made earlier with some apple butter. So I got a good dinner going on tonight. And here's dessert. My daughter makes the best New York cheesecakes. This is a Snickers one. I mean, it's so good. You can't eat the whole piece though. It's really rich, but oh, it's so good. I've got corn all over me, red-faced, and I'm tired. And I sliced my finger on the corn machine. But I did get all this that I could fill my pantry. It was basically free. We grew it, and I already had the jars. And my mom, she had a bunch of flats that she gave me, so I was out not anything on this really, except the seasoning packets for the relish and the salsa. But I hope your garden is growing good. You're getting to put up stuff in your pantry. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope to see you again soon.